Make sure you check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, we're going to talk about this myth that Terence Crawford is too small for Errol Spence, or he's a smaller welterweight. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Blessings to the brothers and sisters out there for supporting the channel. I was going to do the video about the Teddy Atlas thing, but I decided not to. Maybe save it for later, save it for another day. But back, Goodfellow Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking us out. Make sure that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And yeah, man, just looking at it, man, that's what everybody says and pointing to. That's the first thing when they talk about a matchup with Terence, a matchup versus Keith Thurman, even Sean Porter. They always say that Terence Crawford is just too small. You know, but when we talk about matchups with Danny Garcia, nobody ever said Danny Garcia was too small for Errol Spence or too small for Sean Porter. You know, even though Bud was 177 pounds in between the Ndongo fight and Jeff Horn fight, I believe it was. 177 pounds. That's what he was at. People still say he's too small. You know, even though he's taller than Keith Thurman, he's longer than Keith Thurman, people don't talk about that. They don't talk about how he almost walks around at 180 pounds. And they look at it because he came up from 135 pounds. And so he's a lightweight. He just got to be too light in the ass. I don't believe that to be true because Mayweather was a super featherweight. De La Hoya started off as super featherweight. Pernell Whitaker I think he started off at lightweight. You know what I'm saying? Camacho, you know, he came up started off light, came up a couple weight classes. Pacquiao came up another weight classes. I think the size is an excuse and it's a smear campaign on the character of Terence Crawford. That's what I believe it is. I believe it's a smear campaign on Terence Crawford. Because you didn't hear people crying for Floyd Mayweather going up fighting Oscar De La Hoya. Everybody say he was too small. Everybody say he was too small versus Canelo. Ain't nobody say he was too small versus a lot of guys that he fought was bigger than him. Victor Ortiz, Madonna. That's never stopped the fight before. That never made people pick against Floyd because he was too small. Well, maybe in the Canelo fight, some idiots probably did. But Crawford is naturally bigger than Floyd Mayweather. He 5'8", longer arms than Errol Spence. But that's the first thing people point to because they act like they never seen somebody from lightweight move up and whoop a welterweight's ass. You know, you've seen it with Duran. You've seen it with Whitaker. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he's the same caliber fighter as Duran and Whitaker. You've seen it with Shane Mosley. He moved up. You've seen it with Cotto. Started off at 140, moved up to 154, moved up to 155, and fought for the middleweight title. You know, but when you see other guys fighting, you don't hear people saying that like other dudes were smaller. You know, you didn't hear that when it comes to, you know, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. You don't hear those things. You don't hear it with a lot of matchups. Pacquiao, I mean, you just look at Pacquiao and Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn bullied Manny Pacquiao. But you don't hear when people say, oh, Errol Spence want to fight Pacquiao. They want Pacquiao to fight Keith Thurman. You don't hear people saying Manny Pacquiao's too small. And Terence Crawford physically handled and physically dominated Jeff Horn, who physically dominated Manny Pacquiao. Took Pacquiao best shots in the 9th round. Pushed Pacquiao around the whole fight. Physically mauled Manny Pacquiao. And people just act like, oh, Jeff Horn was a bum. But everybody wanted a Jeff Horn shot. When Jeff Horn had the WBO, Errol Spence said he wanted it. Keith Thurman said he wanted it. You know what I'm saying? All these different guys said they wanted it. Real talk. All these guys said, oh, yeah, I want the WBO shot. And as soon as Terence Crawford got the title, oh, man, what has he done? Who has he beat? He ain't done nothing at welterweight. I'm just telling you, man, keep it consistent. Because if Pacquiao ain't too small for him, then why it wasn't, you know, he started off at fucking paperweight. The Pacquiao not too small for Errol. Pacquiao not too small for Sean. Pacquiao not too small for Keith Thurman. Why is Terence Crawford? And Crawford handled Jeff Horn. It wasn't even close. And now Jeff Horn is the number 3 or number 2 ranked middleweight at for the WBA in the world. He's a middleweight now. And he didn't physically impose his will, not one iota, on Terence Crawford. And Crawford handled him. And people got to understand that Crawford has a wrestler's background. And Crawford is not built like he light in the ass. Look at his legs. Look at his physical strength. I know a lot of dudes ain't never really worked out or really weight trained to play football or nothing like that. Like, really, the real sign of how strong a person is their base. Their legs is where all your power come from. Now, there are some exceptions to the rules, but your base and your core, for the most part, is pretty much where you generate your power. In pitching, in basketball, in football, or in boxing, you generate power from the floor up, from the feet to the legs, all the way to the glutes, to the core, and everything must align. Quarterbacks, once they learn to throw with their body, they more accurate, and they put less strain on their arm. And I just don't believe Terence Crawford is just this small guy. This just small guy like people making it seem. Now, if he was let's say he was a smaller guy, and people think he's just this too small, right? Show me the fight where he physically got dominated. Because he fought Delorme, who was a welterweight, a big welterweight, squeezed down to 140. Show me physically where he was dominated at any weight class. Where does he physically get handled, get pushed back, get pushed into a corner? Somebody just, wearing his ass out. You haven't seen it yet. And when I seen he walked around at 180 pounds, I'm like, shit, he ain't that small. You look at his hands, you like, he ain't that small. You look at his calves and his legs, he ain't that small. Longer reach than Earl. What, about an inch or an inch and a half shorter than Earl? An inch taller than Keith Thurman. This dude, however you measure him by his dimensions, he ain't no small guy. And that's the first thing people want to sit out there and say that. And that's why I might do that video on Teddy Atlas. I believe it's a smear campaign on Terence Crawford. Whatever reason, I don't understand. I know he, Teddy Atlas, preferred Lomachenko and whoop-de-whoop, but they said the same thing when he did the interview with Kevin Iole. Timothy Bradley camp said, "You too small to come in here and spar Timothy Bradley." And then Bomac said, "Give him one day. If you don't like it, you can send him home." And he wasn't too small for Timothy Bradley. Bradley was a 140 pounder. He was a 135 pounder that just was 7-0 as an amateur and as a pro, excuse me. And Timothy Bradley said, "Hey, you a world champion right now. You better than Devin Alexander." But you don't never hear none of this other shit with Pacquiao too small. Pacquiao too small. You didn't hear that? Floyd for years. People never said he was too small. He was physically smaller than the majority of competition he fought. Even Castillo outweighed him. Probably Arturo Gatti outweighed him too. Plenty of guys outweighed Terence Crawford. But outweighed Floyd Mayweather. It's skills pay the bills, bro. If you got the skills to carry out the mission, really at a supporting time, if you just strong enough and you skilled, you'll overcome size sometimes. Not in every case. But, people act like he Mikey. Like, oh man, but Terence Crawford got rhythmic movement. Terence Crawford is slick. And do Terence Crawford get touched up? Hell yeah, he get touched up sometimes. When he try to open up or, he started off slow, and that'll be an opportunity with Errol Spence to be able to stop him in the early rounds. I think it's happened early more than late. Because Terence Crawford is a slow starter. He feel you out. But when Floyd Mayweather get the drop on you, and he figure out what you're doing, hey, it's curtain. You're not going to hit him with the same shot. He going to make those adjustments. And to be honest, Errol Spence ain't really showed that ability or had to show that ability to have to adjust in the fight. He adjusted with Kell Brook a little bit, but he didn't do nothing different in his game plan to switch it up. He got the drop on Kell Brook. He said, okay, I know he trying to hold me. Let me hit him in the rib cage, kill the body, then turn it up. Terence Crawford could do a total 180 or turn to 360 and change the game plan up. But that's my personal opinion. Goodfellas Sports TV. Want to drop this video out there for you guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Hill Blaze, at thehillblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing. Get you 18% off their 100% all natural products. Blessings to the brothers out there. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Continue to share the videos, man. It's the best way you can help us out. Want to make a donation? That link's always in the description. But share. We'll cop something from the Hellblades. Use the promo code one time for the one time. Let me know what you guys think. We gone.